We're here at SlatorCon Silicon Valley with Kelly Marchisio, Multilinguality Lead at Cohere. Thank you so much for joining us today, Kelly.
Thank you for having me.
So most LLMs have multilingual capabilities, but they tend to be really strongest in English, and performance drops quite sharply in low resource languages. Whereas Cohere really stands out by focusing on multilingual LLMs. And congratulations on your new model, Command A Translate, that you released just a few days ago, that focuses on translation specifically. So what are some of the key challenges in building truly multilingual LLMs?
So building multilingual LLMs is a great challenge, as you probably know. One of the biggest issues is simply about getting the right data. So we have a lot of high resource languages in the world where we have ample resources that we can pull from to train the model. But as we get towards the long tail of languages, our ability to find high quality data in those languages really goes down. So I would say that that is the biggest challenge. And then there's also, how do we figure out how many languages we can reasonably serve? We can't say we can serve all of them at the same time. There's going to be a capacity issue, both from the model and on the data side. So how do we strike that balance between serving a wide variety of languages that will cover a lot of the speakers of the world without trying to stretch ourselves too far where we start to lose on the quality side?
Oh, that's so complex. So you have so much work on your plate. So for your clients, from a business point of view, what are sort of the key advantages of multilingual LLMs?
So I think AI is very useful in the workplace regardless of language, but particularly nowadays, a lot of businesses are serving clients throughout the world. So they're working in highly multilingual contexts. So the benefit of multilingual AI is we are natively able to operate in those contexts where we're speaking many languages at once. For instance, maybe you have company documents that exist both in English and the regional language where your company operates. Maybe you serve all the languages in a region. With multilingual AI, if done well, it can flexibly operate over all that different type of data, almost as if it can ignore the language in a sense, synthesize the information, and then produce a response in the language that you expect.
Awesome, awesome, so interesting. And another challenge for clients is also picking a good multilingual LLM.
Yeah.
And you're going to talk about this later at SlatorCon, but for those who are unable to attend, what are some key factors to consider?
Sure. So the first is simply, what languages does the company say that they support? What use cases are they good at? And what is the quality with those use cases in those languages? And I will say that it's very important to try these yourselves, because there's only so far we can go via automated benchmarking. The way that you really know if a multilingual LLM is going to work for you is to actually use it in the language that you care about, with the use case that you care about, and also keeping in mind that just because an LLM performs the tasks very well in English doesn't necessarily mean that's going to translate well onto the language that you care about. So definitely give it a try. Other considerations might be cost, might be, do you want to use this LLM via an API, or do you need to have a on-premises deployment because you're operating over private data or sensitive customer data, for instance? And another one would be potentially, what hardware resources do you have, and what is your budget that you can spend on serving deployment?
Great, thank you so much for this summary. I think it will help a lot of people considering the different factors involved in picking a very good multilingual LLM. And in general, what is your vision for the future of multilingual AI?
So my dream is that regardless of language, you'll be able to use AI to serve you, to serve your needs, without having to switch into a language that you're not as comfortable in. So ideally, if you're a global business working in many different languages, if you're just a regular user, you'll be able to interact with the AI as if it is native in your language, because it will be native in your language, and you won't get any quality degradations. On the research side, an unsolved problem that I care about a lot is, how do we adapt to new languages rapidly, particularly languages that are in very low data contexts. There are about 3,000 living languages in the world today. Very few are served by AI, and a lot of them have very, very little written resources, or perhaps none. This is an extreme challenge in AI right now, unsolved. So my long dream for multilingual AI is, say we do have one of those languages in the very long tail, how can we rapidly adapt an AI model to serve that language, even in the absence of data.
Yeah, that would be amazing. So I guess it's very complex, but we have so much to look forward to in the future.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you so much for your insights. It was super interesting. Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah, thank you for having me.